Can you imagine a story spanning over 6 centuries filled with faith, struggle, and legal battles? This is the story of the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya, India. The tale begins in 1528 when a mosque was built on the birthplace of Lord Ram in Ayodhya by Mirbaki, a commander of the Mughal Emperor Babar. This mosque came to be known as the Babri Masjid. For the next 325 years, during the reign of the Mughals and the Nawabs, the Hindus couldn't voice their concerns openly. However, as the Mughal and Nawab rule started weakening in the 19th century and the British became more influential, the Hindus raised the issue. They claimed that the mosque was built after demolishing a temple marking Lord Ram's birthplace. Thus began the fight to reclaim Ramlala's birthplace. In 1858, 330 years after the Babri Masjid was built, the first Fia was lodged when a Hawan, a Hindu ritual, was performed in the premises. The first legal document mentioning the presence of Ram's symbols inside the premises dates back to this time. Following this, a fence was erected to separate the inner and outer premises, allowing Muslims and Hindus to perform their prayers separately. Fast forward to 1885, 27 years after the incident in 1858, when the fight for Ram Janmabhoomi reached the courts. Mahant Raghupar Das of the Nirmohi Akhara filed a lawsuit in the Faizabad court for ownership. He demanded permission to build a permanent structure and a roof over the temporary temple outside the Babri structure. The judge ruled that Hindus had the right to worship there, but could not grant permission to build a permanent structure against the decision of the district magistrate. In 1949, 2 years after India gained independence, idols were found under the dome of the structure. This was followed by the first lawsuit after independence in 1950, filed by Gopal Singh Visharad, a member of the Hindu Mahasabha. Visharad demanded the right to worship the idols under the main dome of the structure. Almost 11 months later, on the 5th of December 1950, Mahant Ramchandra Paramhans filed a similar suit. In both cases, the court directed the Muslim side not to obstruct the Hindu worship. This tale is a testament to the power of faith and the complexities of history. It showcases the struggle and the legal battles that spanned centuries, leading to the construction of the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. It is a narrative that resonates with millions across the globe, a testament to the strength of belief and the pursuit of justice.
Ever wondered about the historical dispute that has been the center of religious and political debates in India for decades? Today, we dive into the saga of the Babri Mosque and Ram Temple dispute, an issue that has shaped the social and political fabric of India. Our story begins in the late 50s. On December 17, 1959, the Nirmohi Akhara, a religious denomination, filed a lawsuit staking claim to the disputed site, demanding the right to perform prayers there. This was followed by another lawsuit filed by the Uttar Pradesh Central Sunni Waqf Board in December 1961, asserting Muslim rights over the site. Fast forward to 1982. The Vishwa Hindu Parishad launched a campaign for the liberation of Hindu religious sites. By 1984, a decision was made to liberate the disputed site in Ayodhya. In February 1986, the locks of the disputed site were opened by order of a local court, allowing Hindus to worship there. This decision was upheld even after an appeal to the Allahabad High Court. Things heated up in 1989 with the announcement of the foundation-laying ceremony for the Ram Temple at the disputed site. Amidst great controversy, then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi permitted the ceremony. The foundation stone was laid by Kameshwar Chopal, a resident of Bihar. The 90s saw the movement gain momentum. In September 1990, Lal Krishna Advani embarked on a chariot journey, giving the Ram Janmabhoomi movement a fresh impetus. Amidst this, the disputed structure was demolished on December 6, 1992, by thousands of Car Sivaks. The central government dismissed the state government led by Kalyan Singh along with other BJP-led state governments. The demolition led to widespread communal violence. In 1993, the site was opened for worship once again. The central government also acquired 67 acres of land around the disputed site. Finally, hearings to determine the ownership of the disputed site began at the Allahabad High Court in April 2002. In conclusion, the dispute over the Babri Mosque and Ram Temple conflict has had a long and complex history, with key events shaping the course of the dispute from the late 50s to the early 21st century. From the initial claims of the Nirmohi Akhara and the Sunni Waqf Board, the unlocking of the disputed site, the foundation-laying ceremony for the Ram Temple, the demolition of the disputed structure, to the court hearings to determine the ownership, each event has added a new chapter to this saga.
Have you ever pondered the historical significance of the Ayodhya dispute? How a piece of land, no more than 3 acres, became the epicenter of a national debate, a religious conflict, and a legal battle that spanned more than a century. Today, we delve into the chronicles of the Ayodhya dispute, tracing its milestones and key decisions. In April 2002, the Lucknow bench of the High Court began hearings to determine the ownership of the disputed site. A year later, in March 2003, the court directed the Archaeological Survey of India to excavate the site. The survey, which concluded in August 2003, reported the presence of a large Hindu religious structure beneath the ground. Fast forward to September 2010, when the Allahabad High Court made a historic judgment. The disputed land was divided equally among the 3 parties, the Sri Ram Lala Virajman, Nirmohi Akhara, and Sunni Central Waqf Board. The area under the central dome, where the idols were placed, was accepted as the birthplace of Lord Ram. The dispute then advanced to the Supreme Court, which in March 2017 suggested an amicable settlement through mediation if both parties agreed. By March 2017, the battle for Ram Janmabhoomi had reached the country's highest court. The Supreme Court offered mediation to resolve the issue, stating its readiness to facilitate the process if both sides agreed. In August 2019, the Supreme Court began daily hearings, which concluded in October 2019. The court reserved its decision after 40 days of continuous hearings. On November 9, 2019, an end was put to the 134-year-old dispute. The Supreme Court recognized the disputed site as Sri Ram Janmabhoomi and the 2.77 acres of land as belonging to Ram Lala. The claims of Nirmohi Akhara and Sunni Waqf Board were dismissed. The court ordered the central government to form a trust within 3 months for the construction of the temple and to include a representative from Nirmohi Akhara. It also directed the Uttar Pradesh government to provide 5 acres of suitable land to the Muslim party for the construction of a mosque. The long legal battle finally concluded, paving the way for construction. On February 5, 2020, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced the formation of the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra Trust for the construction of the temple. 6 months later, on August 5, 2020, the foundation stone for the Ram Mandir was laid in Ayodhya, with PM Modi in attendance. Fast forward to 2024, and the Grand Temple is under construction following the legal battle that lasted 134 years. The first phase of the temple's construction is complete. January 22, 2024, marks the historic date when the deity of Lord Ram was consecrated in the temple. The temple will open its doors to the public from January 23rd. Jai Shri Ram.